Now, whether it's donning a Southgate waistcoat, I thank you, or belting out 3 lines down the pub, millions of England fans home and away have been backing the squad since day one of this year's tournament. But how will fans cope if we're knocked out this evening? Well, sports psychologist Sylvester is here in the studio with me, and also the chair of the Football Supporters Federation, Malcolm Clark, joins us from Wilmslow in Chester. A very good morning to both of you. Let me start with you first of all, Malcolm, if I may, because we have seen a little bit of bad behaviour, haven't we, from fans here in the UK. We saw that awful incident with fans jumping on an ambulance. We saw a taxi being smashed up as well. Some fans went a bit crazy in an IKEA store after the Sweden game. Do you think we're going to struggle to keep a lid on it if we do exceptionally well or indeed badly tonight?
Well, I think for 90% of football fans will be watching tonight, they will keep a lid on it, certainly, whatever the result. And obviously you can only deplore the very small minority who engage in the kind of behaviour that you referred to. But hopefully the publicity that's been given to that will make people think twice before they do anything stupid that they might subsequently regret.
And it's rather ironic, isn't it, that there was a lot of concern before the tournament began about fans in Russia, but they've been incredibly well behaved. We've not seen any of the scenes really that we were worried about.
Well, yeah, I've never really been worried about the England fans for a number of years now. The behaviour of England fans abroad has improved hugely over recent years. I think the worries that we had before were more to do with the Russian fans. And we saw the way that some of those could behave in Marseille. Fortunately, we've seen none of that. The Russian control of that. And as you say, from what I gather out there, that it's been an almost perfect tournament from the fans' point of view.
Stephen, I know that you tend to deal with the psychology of sportsmen and women, but the psychology of the fans is quite interesting as well, isn't it? Clearly, we've all really got behind our lads, but what is it that makes people do things that they wouldn't normally do off the back of a football match?
It's the good feel factor. I think people are genuinely excited. I think there's a fever gripping the nation that's allowing people, whether you're a player, whether you're a mum at home, whether you're a father, whether you're children, everybody wants to feel good and have fun. And they are witnessing a team that is having fun, that's relaxed. I saw the other day that they were throwing around a rubber chicken in their warm-ups, the players, and laughing and cajoling each other and just being together. Gareth has done an amazing job in building trust, building togetherness and getting the squad really open to enjoy the encounter, and the fans are enjoying that. The question is, just as Gareth is building a community, can the fans build a community and act in the right way?
Yeah, I suppose the sunshine and the drink doesn't always help, does it, when fans are misbehaving? Let's talk a little bit more then about Gareth Southgate, because, you know, normally in the run-up to a World Cup, everyone is so twitchy. The fans are twitchy, the players are twitchy, but it's almost like the fans are feeding off the vibes they're getting from the team because they've been so calm and so relaxed. What has Gareth Southgate done this time that has been different from tournaments in the past?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I think first things first is that Gareth is an amazing leader himself. Intuitively, he knows what to say, when to say it. He has values of integrity, of openness, of honesty. And when you see that, that transmits not only to his players, because we're seeing the same level of freedom with the players. When they talk in front of the media, they're relaxed, they're open, they're playing darts with the media. They're trying to enjoy the occasion and the experience and embracing the media. So I think that starts a momentum of leadership where people want to follow. Whether you're a player, whether you're a mum at home, people see Gareth, they see him being humble and without ego. It's not about him, it's about our nation. And can these players get out there and serve our country?
And Malcolm, the players are pretty shielded from the fans, aren't they, out in Moscow? But will they still be feeding off the vibe, the hope and the expectation that we're all giving off?
I'm sure they will, because of course one difference now from the tournaments of years ago, certainly 1966 and even 1990, is that because of social media, it's almost impossible to be in a bubble shielded from what's going on elsewhere, and I'm sure that they'll be getting the messages from home and realising the contribution that they can make to the feel-good factor that your colleague was talking about. I think part of the reason at the moment is that there's a lot else going on in the world that leaves us a bit depressed. Whatever you think of Brexit and all of that, there's a lot of bad and worrying news around. I think the football team is giving everybody something to smile about, and a feeling of hope, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, Malcolm Clark, Chair of the Football Supporters Federation, Stephen Sylvester, Sports Psychologist. Thank you both very much indeed. We all keep our fingers crossed for tonight. Where will you be watching the big game? It's going to be very exciting.